Coming to the next topic, that is unit number 5.1. It covers workplace hazards. So the first topic under our unit 5.1, that is workplace safety. So workplace safety, it is important to be established for creating a safe and secure working for the workers. Means the safety of the workers or the employees, those who are working in the organization. So their safety, that is our priority. So the workplace has to be administered as per the rules of occupational safety and health administration. In the short, we call it as OSHA, OSHA. So it refers to monitoring the working environment and all hazardous factors that impact employee safety, health, and well-being. So it should be monitored at what type of working conditions are there in the organization. We should identify the hazards. Then it is important to provide a safe working environment to the employees to increase their productivity, wellness, skills, etc. So the safe working environment in the organization, that increases the employees' productivity, their wellness, their skills. So organization will also be benefited. Okay, the benefits of workplace safety are the employee retention increases if they are provided with a safe working environment. Okay, means if the safety is compromised, the workplace, there are hazards. In that case, the retention won't be there. Most of the employees, they will try to switch over. They will move away, and the organization will be suffering for that. The next is failure to follow OSHA's laws and guidelines can result in significant legal and financial consequences. Okay, what does that means? That the safety, the workers' rights or the employees' rights. Okay, so that may cause some legal and financial action against the employer. Okay, because in the environment in the workplace, the working environment in the organization, there was some type of hazard. The rules and regulations were not followed, and due to that, there is some injury to the any worker. And now the treatment of that worker, the compensation to that worker. Okay, that is the financial and the legal consequences which the company, the organization has to pay them. So they have to follow the rules and regulations of occupational safety and health administration. The next benefit is a safe environment enables employees to stay invested in their work and increase productivity. Means more time they will be involved in the work. Efficiency, the quality of work, everything will be improved, and thereby the organization will also be benefited. The next advantage is employer branding and company reputation can both benefit from a safe working environment. Okay, we can, if we consider some organization is there and the working environment is not as safe, then the company will have a bad reputation. Okay, the employer, his image will be very negative. Like on the moral grounds as well, that he's not bothering for the workers. So in this way, the reputation of the company and the employer that may suffer if the safe environment is not provided. We're gonna coming to the next section, that is 5.1.2. It covers workplace hazards. So workplace is a situation that has the potential to cause harm or injury to the workers and damage the tools or property of the workplace. Okay, so there is a loss to the worker, health of the worker, physical condition of the worker, and also the infrastructure or the property of the workplace. That may also be damaged. The hazards exist in every workplace and can come from a variety of sources. The hazards are there, maybe different type of organizations are there, and all of them are having different type of tasks which are being performed. Okay, but that the risk hazards are everywhere. So finding and removing them is an important component of making a safe workplace. So we should properly monitor and figure out what are the different hazards in this particular workspace which we are dealing with. So common hazards, they are, first one is the biological. Okay, so biological agents, so virus, bacteria, animals, plants, insects, and also human beings. Okay, so threat caused by any of them, that is a biological hazard. Next one is chemical. So chemical hazard is the hazard of inhaling various chemicals, liquids, solvents. Okay, so skin irritation, respiratory system irritation, blindness, corrosions, explosions. So all are possible health and physical consequences of these dangers. The next is mechanical. So mechanical hazards comprise the injuries that can be caused by the moving parts of machinery, plant, or equipment. So next is psychological. So psychological hazards are occupational hazards caused by stress, harassment, and violence. In our previous section, unit number 4, we discussed about these factors in detail. So how to manage them, how to manage stress, how to deal with harassment, how to avoid violence. So you can refer to the previous videos. From that, you can get a detailed overview of this topic. The next is physical. The threats that can cause physical damage to people, that is called a physical hazard. So this includes like unsafe conditions. So injury could be there, illness could be there, even death could be there. The last one is ergonomic. So the ergonomic hazards are hazards of the workplace caused due to awkward posture, then forceful motion, stationary position, direct pressure, vibration, extreme temperature, noise, work stress. It's all of them. Okay, so like the sitting position, person has to sit for a long time. Person has to work in some uncomfortable position for a long time. So this type of hazards. So okay, so next is the analysis of the workplace hazards. So workplace hazard analysis is a method of identifying risk before they occur by focusing on occupational tasks. So it focuses on the worker's relationship with the task.
Okay, now let us proceed. The workplace hazard analysis. So workplace hazard analysis is a method of identifying risk before they can occur by focusing on the occupational task. Means we have to have a brief or have a detailed analysis of which type of task is being performed in the organization. So in the workplace, then we have to identify the risk which are associated with that type of task. So it focuses on the worker's relationship with the task, the tools, and the work environment. So after identifying the hazards of the workplace, organizations shall try to eliminate or minimize them to an acceptable level of risk. Okay, first of all, have a detailed analysis very minutely. We have to analyze the work and the task associated, and then we shall try to minimize the risk. The next is control measures of workplace hazards. So control measures are actions that can be taken to reduce the risk of being exposed to the hazard. Okay, like the elimination, substitution, engineering controls, administrative control, and personal protective equipment are 5 general categories of control measures. Now discussing very briefly each one of them. Elimination. This is the most successful control technique to eliminate a specific hazard or hazardous work procedure or prevent it from entering the workplace. Means you have to eliminate the hazard. Some procedure which is being followed and that is hazardous. So we can eliminate it. So eliminate it, no hazard then. Next is substitution. I guess some task is there, but we cannot remove it. We need some that task or some the output which the task is giving. So in that case, substitution. That means some other task we can select which is giving the same output. Okay, but the risk level, the hazard level, that is less. So while substituting the hazard may not eliminate all of the risk associated with the process or activity, so it will reduce the overall harm or health impacts. That means we have substituted one task with some other which is giving the similar output. So next is engineering controls. So engineered controls protect workers by eliminating hazardous situation or creating a barrier between the worker and the hazard, okay, or removing the hazard from the person. Okay, so first we can eliminate the hazardous situation, or we can provide some proper type of protection between the some type of harmful object and the worker. In that way, so engineering control. So next is administrative control. So it is to reduce the exposure of hazard. Administrative controls limit the length of time spent working on a hazardous task that might be used in combination with other measures of control. Okay, so the time for which a person is working on some hazardous task, we have to reduce it so that it remains within the safe limit. So next is personal protective equipment. So very common and very important. Okay, so which type of equipments could be used for protection? The helmets. Most commonly we have seen inside the industry, inside any organization where some manufacturing is going on. In that case, the helmets, gloves, eye protection, all of these type of safety equipments, they are mandatory. Without them, no person can enter. Okay, dressing is even a part of that. So it is for both health and safety hazards. Both are safe at workplace. Okay, we shall stop here now.